Arturo Dark Knight. He's one of our best listeners.
Oh, UV.
Okay.
UV? Did you just say UV?
Why is there a chicken in my parking lot?
Hey everybody, welcome back to another Wednesday night RSG live show stream. Chaos, just utter chaos. Welcome back to another Wednesday night stream where we talk about Star Wars Galaxy heroes and all the greatest and latest news and give you a little bit of insight of what it all means. I'm Ranger J1999, your host, part of the RSG crew. Over there is Dr. Finn, medicine woman who needs a haircut.
I do. I need a haircut and a shave.
And Tis McVoltron, who does not need a haircut. And who's muted.
And said all this thing and made a cute little face.
And let's try again. And Tis McVoltron, who doesn't need a haircut.
Not me. I just need
Oh,
a
there
name
you
change.
go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Tits McVoltron is the name we are going with now today. So make sure you refer to her as Miss McVoltron because that is her name now. As you'll see that in chat and you'll see that everywhere because we raise money for charity. That's what we did. Yay. But welcome to the show. The longest running live stream in the Star Wars Galaxy Heroes community. Glad to have you guys here for another Hump Day episode of RSG. All right, we got a lot to get to tonight. Some news and notes. We're going to do some discussions about other things. So let's knock out the mechanisms and get with what we got going on. So first thing, if you could, stop what you're doing. Give us a thumbs up on the video. It does help spread our content out to the YouTube world. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. We do a lot of live streaming and a lot of different games. So if you feel like you want to see more of our content and get updates when those are happening, please subscribe. It does help support, again, our content out there in the YouTube world. Also, if you haven't, we've got a couple ways you can support the channel. We've got Super Chat function that you can donate anything you want, leave any funny message you want, as long as it's not crazy. Most of them are crazy. So we have Super Chat available, and we also have our Patreon set up. If you would like to become a Patreon supporter and support us, then please do. The ACS stuff we'll get to.
I think we can mention it now.
Well, we're gonna do a draw, and we can talk about the ACS stuff then. I think it would be a good time, Dr. Finn. What do you think? Yeah. So we can do that then. So one thing, if you have questions, we do collect questions and we will answer them. Please make sure you put those in chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement. If you don't, we will miss it, and that's on you. We've warned you now. Question in front of make sure you put the word question in front of your statement. We will skip those up and we will read all those questions at the end, like we always do. That being said, I think that's all the mechanisms. Did I miss anything, Dr. Finn, before we move on to the rest?
No, I think we got everything we needed to cover.
Alrighty then. We're getting hot and heavy and right into it. So let's start with, we got our shout out word of the day. That's what we usually start with. So what is the shout out word of the day?
I'll let Ms. McVoltron.
Yeah, McVoltron, why don't you tell us what it is?
Remember what I decided? Broken. Is that what I decided?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, because Droideka's broken. Right? Yeah, that's what I decided.
So the shout out word of the day is broken. BROKEN. Broken.
I'm just a big ditz tonight. I'm sorry.
We are starting off awesome. All right. Again,
I try to be professional and go in order and try to run this. Yeah, I don't even know why I care. Let's just do whatever we
Shout out
want.
word of the day is broken.
Why have structure?
B-R-O-K-E-N.
You know what? Just randomly just do crap. I don't know. What do I feel
I'm
like?
trying, Ranger. Be nice.
I am being nice. You had one thing to say, it was broken.
Oh, I was making the sad face now.
It doesn't work on me.
works on me. I feel bad now.
She tries this when we're doing the roster review. It doesn't work. So
It works on me, which is unfortunate.
I know, right? You're such a sucker, man. Every time she does that, you give in.
It doesn't work on Ranger at all. Like,
Nope. I'm big brother. It doesn't work.
I'm little idiot.
But that's true. That's a very true statement. That's science. I'm not arguing with that fact. That is a fact of record. All right. That being said, we have our question of the day. We have a question of the day. Finn, what is it?
Yeah, so our Twitter question, you head out to our Twitter page. The handle is Reality Skewed Gamers. No vowels in the Skewed Gamers. The Reality SKWD GMRS, Reality Skewed Gamers. And our Twitter question of the day is a very simple one. How many Mark III Carbantes will the inevitable Darth Revan need? Eventually, we're going to get Darth Revan. Doesn't mean it's coming next, but eventually when he comes, how many Mark III Carbantes do you think that he will need? So head on to our Twitter page and go ahead and respond.
There you go. And now we're collecting all the shout out words. So if you're going to get your shout out word in, get it in now. Time's clicking down. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. And then we will read those out. Christ. Finn, what voice did we pick for this? I really hate you right now.
Randy Newman. So you can pick. Do you want to do it for the patrons or do you want to do it for the chat shoutouts?
Let me look at the...
You can do one and McVenom can do the other.
Let me just look at the length of the list. Oh my god, that is a lot of patrons too. But it's going to be more for the...
Yeah, I think it's going to be more for the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the chat is going to end up being bigger.
Alright, let me get into character. Tiger face. Lemon face. Ooh. Tiger face. Alright. Randy Newman doing these shout outs. Hey everybody, this is Randy Newman. When I was asked back by RSGfinity to do another shout out, I was really surprised because last time he said never to come back. But I knew with all these lasers and raises that I could do some more shout out songs. So you could write hey Dr. Finn, you could write a song about anything?
Yes.
So we're going to do a song about the Patreon shout-outs. Randy Newman style. Do. Oh, it's time to do the shout-out song as we all get along. Finn is dumb and I hate his guts for making me sing this stupid song. We got Early X12 and Bimatsu here and Chopper BZ is chilling out. Clone Troop 211 is here, and Contender 33 is in the house. See what I did? I went to a little urban there, Finn. I don't know if you appreciate that. We got Corinth, Dangerfield, Darth Teflon, Darth Bob, Deadpool, Kyle 28. I just realized that didn't work because all the consonants were... You kind of got confused there, Finn, so yeah. But that's okay, you just keep writing songs. So you got Drewman 95 and Eric 123 and Hogzilla and I Bong Hard. It poofs Bobs and Mas Kanata. Doesn't rhyme with Mas Mike at all. We got Ouchie Dumpling and Pete Lynn, Ray Rock and Rose Taco. Revenator and Stanley Red, who doesn't have a soul. We got Shadowville. The Sith Lord here, Sledge Road and Spaceman Tim. And Tangent and the Tallywhack are bringing up the damn old rear. And end of the song we got Tenebrous, the Tor and Walter Arnold. Warboy B and Zarustra, that's not a name that I write a song to. Alright, there we go. That's a wonderful song there for all you shout-out people out there. This is Randy Newman. And thank you for having me again, Dr. Finn. Just hopefully this time Dr. Finn doesn't strike me violently for doing all these wonderful songs.
Very nice. I don't know how you maintain character without laughing.
It's not easy.
Okay, I'm just about to post the shout-outs here for you.
In Fin stuff?
Yeah, I'll post it in Fin stuff. I'm sorting it right now. Okay, copying the list. And
Not gonna lie, that hurts my voice a little bit.
Hey, Ice Station Zebra.
all right, here we go.
He's in my guild.
List isn't.
Hold on.
Oh.
He's new to the stream. I'm just saying hi to him. Ice Station
hey.
Zebra, he's in my guild.
Nice station.
Awesome
there.
guy.
He was here. He
Yeah,
was
I think
here
it's
on the
before,
lunch
yeah.
streams, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, was he?
I
Yeah.
remember seeing his name.
Oh, nice. Well, it's the first time I've seen it. Thanks for showing up, dude.
Finity! Oh, Finity! His name rhymes with virginity.
Oh my gosh, no.
What's wrong? It rhymes, Miss
No.
Fulton.
Stop.
Now you can draw the shout-out. Sing a song, Miss McGinn. I'll sing with you.
Mm-mm.
You gotta sing. It makes people happy.
Mm-mm. I don't gotta do nothing. You don't know me.
Yes, your name's Linda.
My name is McVoltron. I've met my quota of pleasing people today.
All right, we got the other shout-outs now.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now we're gonna have the lovely, the vivacious, the gorgeous Miss McVoltron read these.
Thank you.
I can't wait.
What?
Loki's on my phone. Just
Loki,
yelling,
you just don't. Yeah. That worries me because you're driving, Loki.
Ninja, man.
Yeah, we go to our man Loki, who's live out in somewhere in California, trying to get home in traffic. Loki, how's the traffic out there today?
It's good, man.
In California, are you lying?
I drive by Disneyland every day. It's great.
So there you have it here. The lies come from Loki's mouth straight to your heart. Traffic is okay in California right now.
I'm here for the tits reading, and that's it.
Oh, well.
It just jumps in. I can't wait.
Hurry up, McVoltron, before Loki crashes.
Okay. So, all the shout outs present. All Me, Angie Bree 2000, Apparingo, Baba Yaga, Clone Troop 211, Contingent 33, Darth Tellywhack My Knacker,
Indeed.
Darth Hideous, Darth Vader 87.
That's a new name.
Crane.
Yeah. Denny Crane's a new
Did
name,
I say
too.
this the way I like to say it? Do Jason.
Go, Jason.
Do Jason.
We forgive us, Doja-san.
All right. Durgan. Eal Salinus. Am I saying that right, Ben? Eal.
I think so. I'm not 100%.
It could be Eal Salinas or Salinas.
I think it's EL Salinas, but
Yeah, I think it's Salinas.
Salinas. Force Master 77, Grim, Hellenix, Hogzilla, Jason Hobby, Jason Hommel, Jason Matthews, Gel Calvacanti,
Jorge Calvacanti.
John Moran, JBU 420, Molly, Mikhail J, Miss Farquhar, Mostef Isley, Moss Mike, Nathaniel Morgan, Fat Tony 99,
Hey.
Ray Rock. Rose Taco, RSG Vormax, Sanely Red, Sean Harriman, Shadow Veil, Skywalker Vader, Stama Ospulf, Stephen Allen, Stephen.
It could be Stefan.
It could be Stephen. Sticks 13, SWU, Ephrael Stern.
That's a new name.
Yeah, that is.
Welcome.
Takedown Games, Tangent Revolution, The Tour, The Taco King 2, Walter Arnold.
Do we have a
What
Taco
else?
King 1?
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. You know.
Where did he go?
yeah, it's Taco Bell. Keep going.
That's not tacos. Walter Arnold.
Yes, it is. They're
What
called
else?
tacos.
What else? 73. Zarathustra, Xylo 1111, and Dada Jordan.
Another
That's a
name.
new one too. Is
Yeah.
that one new?
No. Data
Oh.
Jordan's
Yeah.
been.
There's some new names in there,
He's been
so
listening
shout
for a
out.
long time. He's been.
Yeah.
I don't think
He
he's been
just
in the
does it
chat
all.
lately, so it's good to see him
Oh.
back. But
Mhm.
yes, he's like
Glad
one of
to
the
have
OG
you.
listeners.
Yeah, glad to have you back. Glad to have you back. Definitely glad to have you back. 30 minutes to Wapner. All right, so that's all the shout outs. If we missed you, then blame Finn, not me. me and McVoltron have no control over the names that were presented, and in fact, anything Finn does not represent ours.
I'll do the shout outs for the couple of other ones that just
Oh, I just missed the tour. Ask, could I read in a robot voice for McVoltron? I would have actually done that. Also, I know Finn doesn't like this, but Grande Shigan.
I know, I just said I was going to do them. Yeah, you can.
Grande Shigan.
Who else? We have Eric H.
Getting going, man.
Bravo Dunk.
And that's it.
That's it. Okay. Good.
Okay.
All right, there we go. So it is now time to get to the news. But before we do that, there's some things we need to do. The video of the week is not below us, and that is Miss McVoltron changing her name from McVenom to McVoltron. I present to you the evidence. And it's perfect because it's right under that beautiful punum. Look at that. Just it's happening right as she's looking at it. Look at it, folks. There's her face. She's got the glasses on. There's the name being changed as we watch. This is amazing. Here, let me move it. Let me move it. Let me move it over a little bit because there it is, perfectly right under the punum. And look at that, Finn. It just matches up perfectly.
I know. I also realized that you spell UG differently than I do.
UGH?
Spell UG.
I do UGH and you do UHG.
That's how you spell UG.
I think it's GH, but I have no.
I mean, yeah. No,
a hug. A hug.
I was noticing that as I was watching. Is the video playing, Ranger? It looks like it's just frozen.
It is frozen. I don't know why it's not playing.
That's fine. It's frozen on the McVoltron.
That's all we need. We know this.
Yeah, that's fine. It's supposed to be a video for doing it.
Yeah. But we get the gist, and it's right under that face that launched 1,000 fins.
I'll put it up on our YouTube though.
Yeah.
McVoltron changing her name. We will put it up as a separate video for you guys.
All right. Now we have some giveaways to do for the ACS and Finn. What you talking about?
Everyone's typing UG in chat like it's the word of the day.
It's not the word of the day.
Oh, do you see how people are spelling
You
it?
heathens!
The right way.
They're saying Grimm's at Grande spells it UHG. So
seeing this makes me worry about the species. It really does.
They're spelling it both ways. Everyone is kind of picking their own way.
Good God and gravy.
I think it's like that dress being blue or white, depending on how you're looking at it, or blue or gold. Just depends how you want to spell UG.
Yeah.
Can we move on, please? We have some ACS stuff to do, Finn. So.
Yeah. Okay. So, we have reached. So a couple of things here. We have a new milestone that we added to our Tiltify page, thanks to Captain Obvious, and it is a $15 iTunes or Google Play gift card. So when we hit the 11,000 mark, which we're hoping we can reach today, so hopefully you guys can help us out. Let's try to hit that 11,000 today, and we will give away that $15 either Google Play or iTunes gift card. And that is now on there. Plus, what you are seeing on the screen is our wheel of items. And we are kind of winding down here as we're almost at 15,000. And we have 5 items left. And before the stream, during the prequel stream for our VIPs, we rolled who was going to win the giveaway for the 10,500 giveaway milestone. And the winner is Rose Taco.
Hey!
Congratulations to Rose Taco.
Let's see what Rose Taco's going to win.
Yes, we're going to spin
I'm rolling the wheel right now as we speak, and Rose Taco wins. And he won a cowbell.
He won a cowbell. Congratulations.
It's crazy. He won. More cowbell.
All right. So, Rose Taco, I was just getting ready to mail you your stuff, so I'm going to put the cowbell in there too. So, you have the cowbell. It's like a cowbell runner's bell. It's actually pretty neat. So, I will send that to you with that. So, there you go.
All right.
It actually lagged during the...
Yeah.
It lagged right as you were spinning it.
Yeah.
You just showed what the final result was.
Yeah, let's just get rid of that.
Okay, so we don't have to do that anymore. The stream is like getting choppy on the video.
It's because of that. I don't know what it was. Something made it go but doink. So, all right, let's get to the news.
But that's what it was. So Rose Taco, congratulations, you won the cowbell. Okay, so we have a lot of stuff to go over.
Yeah.
And let's just jump into it. So we're gonna start out with the post that was just put up, like literally just a few minutes ago. So we're gonna go through that first.
This is posted by CG Salacious B. Crumb. I feel like I need the music for this to do this prayer. Well, I'll do it anyway. Crumb. No, that's
How is that
the Conan the Barbarian music. La, la. You're not doing that. La, la, da, da, da. Never mind, Finn. I hate you. No.
Game of Thrones music goes with everything.
All right. Go ahead, Finn.
What?
Do your song. I'll do the prayer.
Crumb.
I've never prayed to you before. I have no tongue for it. No one, not even you, will remember why we fought and why we lost. We'll be good players or bad players. No, what matters is few won many. Our battles please you, Crumb. Then grant me one thing. Grant me the Wrath Raven! And if you don't, then the hell with you! Alright, there we go.
See? Game of Thrones music goes with everything.
So we did that for the wonderful Salacious B. Crumb because he was kind enough to do the Ross review with us on Monday to help raise us money for the ACS campaign. It was a private event for those that had bought the wristbands and had donated. So it was a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun doing it. He was amazing. A good hour and a half of fun.
Yes.
And for those who don't know, he does play a real account, and he takes it very seriously. So we did a great, there you go. All right.
It was Game of Thrones featuring Arnold. That's exactly right. And Peter Dinklage, a.k.a. Tyrion, is like my favorite character.
Space Pants!
That skit was awesome. Okay, we do have to focus, though. We have news to get.
All right.
Okay, so Venom, do you want to go through our first post?
You want to read this?
For the update of Grand Arena and Territory War?
There we go, yeah.
Sure. So, hi, Holotable Heroes. We announced that with the introduction of the Grand Arena, our intention was to continue to move Territory Wars in a more playful and fun direction. Quotes. We've heard your feedback over the last couple of months. What works, what doesn't, what you'd like to see more of, and what you'd like to never see again. And we want to share some of the changes we're making. We will continue to experiment on Territory Wars with new abilities and ensure that this is an exciting mode to explore. New and common teams. We will be bringing back some of the past favorites and introduce new ones as we look to keep experience fresh. We have made several changes to our upcoming plans to address the feedback we received. No more complete character bans. Our original intention was to shake up which squads you'd face, rather than just facing the same top powerhouse squads all the time. But we hear you that the first implementation was too restrictive to be fun for many players and entirely removed some of the Star Wars most iconic characters from regular play. We aren't planning on bringing picks or bans back to Territory Wars in the same way, where a character is completely blocked from the entire event. However, we will continue to explore ways to encourage more alternative squad formations on the map. We will also more heavily lean into focusing on bonuses and passives to really elevate some of the less used characters or just provide new utility to well-known characters. Do you want to talk about this or do you want to keep going?
Go ahead, Finn. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. One. Yay!
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I think they could have figured this out even before having run the thing, but if they wanted to run a test first to see what the reaction was, well, you got the reaction we could have predicted on this one. The other thing is I'm okay with them looking for alternative squad formations. I think we provided some feedback afterwards, right? Like you can make it so particular zones can't use particular teams. So maybe Revens aren't in the front. You know that Revens can only be placed in the back or something like that. And you can do some coordination that way. Just don't ban characters entirely. So yeah, I'm very happy. And overall, I'm glad that they're listening, right? That's one of the things that we always wanted to make sure is that they are listening to the feedback, and this is definitely kind of reflecting a lot of the feedback. So while we were upset with the initial decision, right, mistakes happen. How do you recover from that? Well, they're listening to the community. They're testing things out. They told us they're testing things out, and as much as we've already kind of joked about it, it becomes a little more obvious, right? We're kind of beta testing a lot of these ideas in order to improve the game for them, because it's otherwise hard to test something on a massive player base the size of Galaxy of Heroes. And so they're kind of acknowledging that. So I like that they're acknowledging that and letting us kind of test things out and give feedback and actually listening to the feedback. So I'm very happy with all of this.
Well, I mean, they should be testing this crap before they throw it out to the community is my thing. But I am very happy that we're not going to get that ridiculous ban thing that they did. That was one of the worst moves they've ever done. Just so bad. Ugh, ridiculous. But the thing that I'm positive about is that they listen. You know, and if they listen, then I'm okay with that. Make a mistake, own up to it, make changes, say you listen to the community, make changes that the community wants. Win. It's a win in my book. What about you, McVoltron?
Yeah, I think it was stupid to do that. But I mean, obviously they make mistakes, but I'm kind of concerned about however we will continue to explore ways to encourage more alternative squad formations.
As long as it ain't abandoning a character, if they want to mix some things up, I mean, I'm cool to test that out, but not having any characters that I've busted my ass doing, that just was bad.
I think they need to stick with the format of adding things versus taking things away. If they would stick with that, then they would be fine. Because everybody likes to, you know, I would be more inclined to like use different teams if there was some kind of bonus similar to the way, what was it? Territory Wars did, like when we did the bonuses. If they would stick to stuff like that, I would be more fun. Or maybe even some synergy, unusual synergies or something. I don't know. Just not taking it away.
I mean, me personally, I just didn't like the fact that they banned it entirely. I still think a lot of the players wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't necessarily be as upset if they said these characters can't be on defense, but you can still use them for offense. And
that's
then
different.
Kind of
that's
forces
different.
you to change your strategy. Like that
totally
isn't
different.
as bad.
Yeah, that's
no,
not
I
as
like
bad.
that too. I don't mind that.
But full banning, that was not a good idea. So yeah, don't go.
Yeah, I mean, it's just counterproductive to what this game is. You know? Bust your ass collecting all these characters and then don't use them. What?
And definitely not as many meta teams as they did. Because, I mean, they included CLS and Jedi Training Ray and Thrawn and
Night Sisters.
Traya, Night Sisters, like Revan. Like, make it, if you're doing something, don't go to that extent. That's ridiculous. So you can make a couple of teams like not eligible on one and only eligible in offense and not defense or something like that. But don't go crazy with it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Continue on, Miss Voltron.
Okay, so frequency of events. We can now support running multiple events at the same time. So we are adding more Grand Arena events each month starting in March. See more details below.
Me will.
Are we talking about this?
No, just go ahead and continue on. We'll cover it when we get to it.
Grand Arena auto deploy. It's really annoying to get into Grand Arena and not have an opponent place any defenses. Not only does it deny you a small amount of credits or quest progress, but you just can't participate in the fun. We have working on this feature since the launch of
Crom.
That was weird.
We have been working on this feature. Crom.
Yep.
We did a roster review with him, not a grammar review. And plus, I mean,
I know, yeah, true. I know, but I still like to give him a hard time.
Yeah.
Launch of Grand Arena, but ran into several difficult bugs. The good news is we are close to hammering out the major issues with auto deploy, and we hope to add this to one of the next couple of updates. Grand Arena will continue to be the best place to test your roster, and we will be growing the number of events per month. We had originally tuned the Grand Arena to only run once or twice a month, but we have heard your feedback that you want Grand Arena to occur more frequently than that. To accommodate for these additional events, the March 3rd Grand Arena will stay with current rewards, but March 17th and 24th will have updated rewards to compensate for the increased number of events.
Nice.
We are also considering rebalancing what kinds of rewards you would get, as mods and mod salvage are incredibly important to bringing your team's power up to the next level of competition. The logic being that the rewards you earn from a competitive mode should help you do better the next time you dive into that mode. That makes sense. We'd love to hear your thoughts on these changes and how we can make these modes even more fun.
There you go.
So going back to the Grand Arena auto deploy thing, I think what they need to make sure they do is figure out how they want to handle the banner part of it. Because let's say that you're getting auto deployment, right? Even though you're not doing anything. I'll ask both of you guys what your thoughts are, but let's suppose you're facing somebody. You put your stuff on defense, the other person doesn't put anything on defense, and then it auto deploys it. Do you think that's worth the same? That one person put in the effort to put on defense and the other one did not?
No, I don't think that's worth the same. If you aren't participating and you're just...
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they need to make it so that if you're auto-deployed from the start, like the first defense is auto-deployed, you remove 1 point or something, right? So that the person that at least placed on defense does have the point advantage off the bat.
Yeah, they should have two less teams or something. You know.
So, yeah, they need to reduce the number of banners that somebody gets
So
by
you can
having
get-
their defenses placed for them without ever placing it. This is different than auto deployment in the second and third rounds if you placed it in the first and carried it over.
Right.
But that means you've already placed your defenses once, you know what you're putting all the way down. But if this is auto deploying for you from the first round, you should not get full points. So that would be my first thing. The other thing is I would be cautious how we read the rewards on Grand Arena. Compensate is typically kept as a positive word, right? It has a good connotation. But if you read the context of what they're saying, they're increasing the number of Grand Arenas. The thing that I think is going to be happening actually is because they are, and again, assumption here that they're looking at how much they want to give away with Grand Arenas in every month, right? But now if you have more events eating into that pool, that means each Grand Arena is actually going to give less and less, not more because there are more events. So I think when they say compensate for the increased number of events, I think they're actually going to reduce the number of rewards that we're getting in Grand Arena. I think we have to be a little bit cautious about that, and just be aware that may be coming, so not to be surprised if that happens. So,
all right. Anything else that stood out to you guys in this post?
I mean, it's that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Well, let me add this. If they're adding mods as a reward to territory wars, they really need to fix the number of mods that you can hold.
Right.
This mod maxing out thing is getting ridiculous because we're getting a lot of mods, which is nice, but people just aren't having the spots to hold for it. I think they need to review that kind of immediately, increasing the number of mods that you can hold, because they're increasing the number of characters. And the thing is, if you have all of your characters filled, I don't know if you guys have tried this. If your characters are all modded and you get a new mod, you can't just switch mods, because when you switch mods with something that isn't equipped on a character, it demods it.
Yeah.
And if your bank doesn't have room in order to hold another mod, you basically you can't do it. It stops you. So you now have to sell mods. They really need to increase the number of mods that you can hold.
I think by about 500 more.
I think 500 more is reasonable with where we are at the game and how many mods that we're getting. I don't want to stop the influx of mods, because we need that influx of mods to have any chance of getting the plus 20 speeds and like the stats that we're really looking for. But we need more slots. So I don't think they're gonna.
Well, good old Maurice had a good suggestion. Offer to increase your inventory slots with crystals.
Yeah, I mean
I don't know why they wouldn't just give us more inventory slots, though.
Well, I mean, you can do that with so I'm gonna go back to Diablo 3 as kind of a concept. So you have like a stash, and then you can buy stash tabs in order to increase the number of slots that you have.
With credits and stuff. Yeah.
So you can spend crystals
Or
in order
credits.
to increase the number of mods that you can hold and actually see a number. They really need to show how many mods you have. Like, not seeing the number is one of the most frustrating things. So
you have no
can
idea
see right now that you have your current inventory bank is 300 out of 300, or I can't remember what the actual number is actually. I think
over 9,000.
Then you can buy a stash tab, and then it increases it by 200. So now it says you're 300 out of 500. You can collect 200 more. Once you're at that point, if you want, you can spend some more crystals and get it up to 1,000 or whatever the next range is. But I think that's going to be a good idea, and it does force investment, right? You're using your crystals for that, and that would actually. I hate suggesting this because this is not going to.
Well, that's a brilliant idea, because they're not going to change and invest a whole lot of time and stuff into something that doesn't benefit them in some way, and this would. They'd make money off of it.
And it would be a good way for them to drain crystals, because a lot of people are hoarding crystals right now. So if you're looking for ways to like drain people of their crystals so they don't have as much, that would be one thing you can do.
I mean, that's kind of brilliant. Good. Somebody
Science.
suggested. Sneak it in someone's ear there, game changer.
Who it is? Okay. Next post then. Server update to 2/21/2019. Oh, we had a server update that day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is just coming from last week. We're just going to run through this really quick so you guys kind of know what's going on, because we just kind of go through everything. This is fairly quick. There was an update. Grand Arena 3v3 is no longer going to count for your short battles.
Yeah.
That's what this is essentially saying. So if you had 3v3, it's not counting. And then there's an inbox message that for players that didn't opt in. So that one is there, but it's disappointing, the 3v3 Grand Arena thing, not counting as an undersized slot. So some people are going to get a really big advantage if they try to go through those early. So, yeah.
All right, next one.
Oh, people are booing me in checks. I'm giving CG ideas to drain crystals. I'm sorry. We've said it before. We know they're a business. So if they're coming up with ideas, at least you guys can think of the things that we have to prepare.
Hashtag I blame Finn is a real thing. Kill him.
It is. It is. It wouldn't be the first time I gave him an idea.
I mean, it's just dealing with realities here. I mean, they're not going to just do something, a good suggestion. He's trying to make it, a win-win.
All right.
I stand behind you.
Hey, McVenom, can you give a quick
I'll
shout out
stand by you.
I'm going to put a name in Finn stuff if you can give him a quick shout out.
You.
He's upset that he didn't get a shout out.
Who didn't get a shout out?
His name wasn't there. Hold on.
Ooh.
Who it is?
There we go.
Oh, Suicide Squad.
Oh,
There we go.
well,
Shout out to you, Mr. Mrs. Whoever you are.
Person.
That
All
could
right.
be a chick.
All right. Let's go to the next one. So, the Grievous leadership changes. So, this one we'll probably have to read. So, go ahead, McVenom.
Okay.
I don't have the Grievous one.
Yes,
From
number 10.
SB Crumb on the 22nd.
Nope, don't have that post.
Oh,
I gave it to you earlier.
I don't have that. Let me go back here and
Send
look.
Finn stuff.
Let me look, because Finn...
Yeah, it's number 10 in the agenda if you want.
Shut up, Finn.
Okay.
Hold on, let me find it first, because...
So we have to have it up.
General
Read?
Grievous.
You said.
It was a General Grievous leadership and damage clarifications?
That's the one.
Oh, okay. Let me just go there and add that. Because Finn sucks and does this to me all the time. All right, there we go.
Okay. Hi, Holotable Heroes. There's been some confusion around the rework of General Grievous, and several posts concern that the damage Grievous can deal is less than what has been shown to be possible in the footage we provided for preview videos. What this has revealed to us is that we need to give more information and be clearer about character intent. While we generally avoid it because we don't want to be prescriptive and because, quite honestly, we are fearful of posting something that is wrong later or can be beaten another way, understanding our intentions will help you all make decisions about how to use these characters as you see fit. We will work to formalize this kind of post moving forward. Two key parts of this kit to keep in mind: his basic attack, Furious Assault, deals damage based on his max health, and his unique Metalloid Monstrosity increases his max health each turn. This means General Grievous should be solely modded for health if you are looking to maximize damage. With max gear, max abilities, and 6-dot mods, 3 health sets, 2 health primaries, and 1 crit damage primary, the Grievous in the sample footage had around 65,000 health. This is not the usual modding strategy for attackers, which traditionally care about speed and damage, and may seem counterintuitive to people first picking up the kit. Additionally, when looking at the damage in the footage, keep in mind that Grievous's unique Metalloid Monstrosity increases his max health throughout the fight. As such, Grievous's damage will look different at the start of a battle compared with the end of the battle. We've also seen reports that General Grievous's leadership, daunting presence, is not decreasing the enemy's armor, but we didn't find any issues during our investigation. And given the damage variance of all attacks and the way armor is calculated, many characters such as B1 already have enough defensive penetration naturally to overcome the damage mitigation from armor without any assistance. As for Grievous's negative 50% defense on his leadership, specifically, it won't have a noticeable impact on targets with low armor. In general, this is very difficult to detect the impact of armor penetration, as most PvP and PvE units have little armor to mitigate. However, you can test this with units that have a large amount of armor, like Heroic Sith Triumvirate Raid. version of Scion, or against player obtainable Sith Trooper, Stormtrooper, and CT5s in order to see a more observable difference. Hopefully this clarifies some things, and as always, keep providing your feedback. We have addressed several of the issues that came up yesterday in today's hotfix, and will continue to monitor and make any appropriate changes.
Well, I tested this last week with the wonderful Miss Passier, and if you haven't seen it, you can go back to that last Thursday's Miss Passier's show, and you can see it was crazy. So we did a fully modded General Grievous with all health. Now, the thing that's misleading about that, 65,000 health, the only way you're going to hit that is if you have all the Gear 12 pieces. That's it. And I think we got him over 65,000. The thing is, he wasn't hitting hard in the beginning. It had to happen at the end. The problem with that is
Can I ask really quick? The health that you did you have all health primaries?
Yep.
Okay, so their post says it was 65,000 health with a crit damage triangle. Right?
Yeah, I think we didn't do crit damage triangle.
Three health sets, two health primaries, and one critical damage primary.
Yeah, we went with something else just to see if the natural hit.
No, that's what I'm saying. You got 65,000 by loading all primaries, and somehow they got 65,000.
It was close to 70,000 once we.
Okay. So you did have a buffer over the 65.
Right, it was more than 65, but we went based off what they said about his health. Now, we only did it a couple times at the end of the battle after he had been raffle stomped. He was still alive. He was able to hit like 55,000. I think we got a 54,000, something like that. But it was at the end of the battle, which was too little, too late on Grievous. So technically, they're not wrong. I think the thing is, we saw damage like that in the beginning. We could not replicate that. Only at the end. So I don't know how they did it. We tried multiple times against Reventines. It just could not do it. Then again, Grievous was getting raffle stomped a lot by Revan, so let's not even talk about what happened when we tried CLS. So, but it did hit that hard. But you need all these mods 6E. This isn't 5A. This is 6E, and you needed all the Gear 12 pieces. So I lay that to you. If that's what they were using in that video was the only possible way, is that they had all that maxed out. Problem is, if he's not even Gear 12, he ain't even coming close to that.
But that doesn't bother me as much.
What bothers you, Finn?
I mean, if they say...
I'm just giving you data, Finn, of what we did.
No, not that.
I'm just trying to help, Finn. I'm just trying to help, all right?
What I'm saying is that if they told us from the beginning that the footage, right, is a maxed out Gear 12 5 out of 6 with 6E mods with health sets and that kind of stuff, right? I don't have a problem with that as what they're showcasing, because you want it to showcase the character when they're maxed out. Like, that's what you want to see. There are some people that want to see whether or not they're viable at like 3-star or 4-star. Are they viable with Gear 11? I mean, those kind of things show up, right? But ultimately, if you're going to show off a character, you want to show off what it does when it's maxed out. So I don't have a problem with them using the Gear 12 5 out of 6 and maxed out abilities and all that. No. But only now they're coming out and telling us about the mods, right? So that's the first thing. That should have been... Mods is so important.
Kind of important.
Yeah, kind of like important. That's the key to this game now. Like, a regular character without mods is completely different than a character with any kind of mods that you put. Like, you could have stacked crit damage on him if you wanted, and he would have attacked differently. You put health on him, he attacks differently. So what you mod is really different. And now, at least, I mean, we all assumed anyways, right, that the characters were 7-star, max geared and all of that, but we also weren't sure what mods were they using. Are they using mods that they can generate that have max stats on everything, right? They got these lucky mods that are fully maxed out or whatever it is. So what I think they need to do moving forward is first show us what the mods are, at least set-wise and color. Right? They may not want to show the stats because the stats may end up being a little bit skewed, but we'll have an idea. And then show his stat screen. Yeah. Right? So just go to his character screen. You have the little mod area. You can see the color of the mods. You can figure out if they're 6E, 5A, 5B, 5C, whatever it is. Right? And then you go to a stat screen and we can see kind of how it changed. And then we have an idea of what is going on with Grievous. But I think the problem was no idea what the hell this was. The footage showing that he could beat Revan, And then the result afterwards was inconsistency in beating Revan versus what we were shown.
Right.
And so I think if they have a little bit more of this kind of explanation at the time of the video rather than after the video, because people are upset that Grievous isn't killing Revan like their video was showing, I think this solves a lot of their problems.
Right. Yeah, right on. I mean, it just led to a big uproar. But I think the other thing is, I think a lot of people took this post in a way that was like, what do you mean? We know how to mod people and stuff, and we know what we're doing. So it seemed like they were telling like, well, you don't know what you're doing. You have to do it this way and hit blah, blah, blah. You don't know. So it led to a big uproar on the forums. I remember just reading this like, oh. So
yeah, I was a Carrie post, and I think she could have worded it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Because
you have a problem with their wording?
Well, the way that she wrote it, I don't think is the way she intended. And yes, there's a problem with the wording. Because I'm going to paraphrase a little bit, but I think it's close to what she had said, which is that if you mod Grievous correctly, you'll be able to get similar results, and people that are clever with Grievous will eventually figure out how to properly use him. And I think the statement some people kind of took it the wrong way. I mean, we kind of have experience with
I take it the wrong way too.
Yeah, but you can see how it's taken the wrong way, right? Because you can also read it as, you guys aren't using it right. Find the right way to use it as kind of the tone, but that wasn't the tone of the rest of the
thing that bugs me is that implies that we should have been able to figure that out if you were a smart player. However, you can't just say that this is how mods always have worked in the past and then change the dynamic of it all of a sudden and expect us to just figure that out. That means that somebody has to sit through and put all these different types of mods on one single player and just test them out nonstop before they can figure out that it's health mods that we need to put on them. That doesn't make sense.
But I mean, people read the kit and figured out the health sets, but they still weren't able to replicate that. And so they
did it, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that was part of it. I think just more transparency with their stock footage. Let the game changers explain it in their videos if you want, but include kind of the screen that shows their mod colors and then their stats. Like if you don't want to show the stats of the mods, I understand. There's probably some things you're working on with mods that you don't want to see. You might even use perfect stat mods and all that, right? If you don't want to show that, I'm fine with that. But show us what the stats are so we can look at it and be like, okay, mine is not replicating that damage because mine is like 3,000 health less. And so I'm losing that part of the thing. And then maybe with the variance, I can reach that damage. Okay, that makes sense, right? We have no...
But isn't
context.
Like they're also not showing the mods that they're fighting against too, right?
Yes.
Because that matters.
The matters.
I mean, you can have a maxed out Grievous on video, and then he's fighting like a Revan with no mod, right? And it's going to do more damage.
Yeah.
So that's the other side of the coin that they're not showing either, which is lame. I think it's a stupid excuse, but
yeah,
no. They're going to pull 60 mods out of their ass and be like, "Oh, you're not modding him right." It's like, yeah, but it's not apples to apples. They're not showing the other team.
Yeah, and especially if you're doing a team like Revan, right? You have to show how you're modding it, so we know like how our Revans are versus yours. So both side modding. It's a good point, Loki. We need both side modding revealed, and then you can show the combat, and then let the game changers figure out how they want to use that footage. But I think the lack of this information has been a problem in the past with some of the game changer videos, and most of them now are also doing that, where they're showing their mods and stuff when they're doing their video. They're showing whatever the speed is and like showing those stats that we know are critical for players. And now we can do that with the stock footage that you're providing for the promo videos and stuff. So I think that would put them in a much better situation than where the Grievous stuff landed.
All right. Anything else you want to discuss on this?
No, I think this covered it.
Okay.
CG Finity is tired.
Okay. What's next?
Well, CG Finity needs a break, so why don't we do the meta report?
Do the meta report, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, everybody. Carrie here for this week's meta report. Brought to you by... Hey, let me ask you a question before I introduce the product, Finn. Finn, when you get hurt, you get a little boo-boo, a little cut on your arm. What do you use to fix that?
Neosporin and a Band-Aid?
That's the wrong source, my friend. You need to live in the army. RSG dirt compresses. Rub a little dirt on it, it won't hurt. RSG dirt compresses. I'm telling you, this thing is dynamite. Why use antibiotics and medicine when you can use Mother Nature to clean out that cut with some good old-fashioned mud? RSG compresses. You can find them in your local grocers. All right, I'm done. Let's talk about the meta report.
God. All right. So we are watching a race to 90%.
We really are, yeah.
Revan and Home One are fighting their way to see which one is going to get to 90% first.
Yeah.
So Revan is currently at 88%. He is up from 86%. So we can see that. We're seeing a little bit of a drop in Traya, which looks like maybe that's where the conversion came from a little bit. And then CLS is actually a little bit higher percentage-wise than he was. So we are, or actually lower. Sorry, both of them are lower. So people are starting to get their Revans up. We are seeing the same teams in the top, though. The Traya Fallen Basila team is the third most likely, and then the two Revan teams. Meanwhile, back in Fleet World, Home One is at 87%, up from 84%. Technically, 2 weeks ago, if you remember, last week there was pretty much no change in the data between last week and the week before. So this is, I think, data from 2 weeks ago, and you'll see that it's now 3% higher. So Home One is at 87%. And the top three fleet squads are all Home One squads. So you don't see any variance really in the capital ship for the top teams. So we have a race to 90%. And we will see who makes it there first.
Hey,
Home One or Revan.
In chat, Ouchies want to know if Good Old Maurice can make a guest appearance on the stream.
I just said he's too good for us now. He can't get caught slumming.
Yeah.
Your Maurice is welcome. You can just message me and I'll send you all the
he
info
knows that.
Maurice
He's
if
welcome
you want.
anytime. Good Lord. We only have him on the Jedi Academy every week. Yeah.
And then when we look at the Zetas, so some of the stuff we're tracking, right? So we're tracking the top three Zetas just to kind of show you guys it's still CLS, Han, and R2. So no real variance there. When we look at some of the special ones we're tracking, last week we started with the droids and we looked at B1 and B2. And what we see actually is that there's an increase in B1 and B2 Zetas. B1 went from 2,400 to 4,000. B2 went from 1,100 to 2,400. So both of them almost doubled. B2 actually did double and B1 is about a little less than double. And then we also see Grievous getting his Zetas. So almost 6,000 people have Grievous's leader Zeta, and 2,300 people have his unique Zeta. So we can kind of see the rise of the droids, slowly but surely. Still not a lot. These are on the lower end.
Very low.
You can kind of tell by obviously they're newer Zetas, so obviously we don't expect them to be that close. But you can see they're about like 100 times less than where we see the CLS, Han, and R2 Zetas. So they should be. So we'll track that and see how it comes up, and see if they're going to rise slowly. If people are really investing in them. We still see that it's a very low percentage of people that have the Zetas on there. 3% of Grievous owners, 2.4% of B1, and 1.75% of B2 have the Zetas. So something to kind of look at moving forward, but nothing that we need to work on now.
All right. That was the Meta Zeta report and crap. Okay, back to what we were doing.
No ending by Harry Carey?
No, I think we've had enough of Harry Carey.
I actually like the Dirt Compressors more. Ironically, the Dirt Compress was one of the more cleaner sponsors we've had.
Oh, you want me to go back to meth?
No!
No. Please.
Hi, Grande.
Please don't.
Hey, Grande, you love dirt compresses to clean up those wounds on the battlefield?
Yikes. Okay.
But it's an RSG product. You have to say yes.
Dirt is an RSG product.
It's dirt. It doesn't hurt.
Not
Just
dirt,
say yes.
Dirt compress. It's
Dirt
processed dirt.
compresses, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I had a bad experience with dirt today. So.
Yeah. All right, what's next on the agenda?
All right, so we're going to go through one quick post here that leads into the second. But the first one is Droideka and standalone in Phase 3. So before the weekend, there was a lot of posts about Droideka kind of breaking Phase 3. And so they put a post saying they were going to look at it and we'll investigate on Monday. Well, Monday came around and then they put a post, update on Droideka in Phase 3. I don't think we necessarily need to read all of this. I'm going to kind of summarize and then we can just kind of discuss it. But what happens is when you use standalone, everyone's speed gets set to 0 as your allies, except for the one person using standalone. And what it's saying is that actually Traya is actually setting it somewhere close to negative 900,000 rather than setting it to 0. And so when Droideka is calculating the damage, it's using 900,000 as kind of the number that is subtracting from, and then increasing, then all the subtractions and everything get thrown off, and that's why the number was so high that basically you could one-shot Traya. And so that was the issue that they found. And they said, to be clear, this is an unintended interaction, and the plan is to change Droideka to no longer account for speeds under 0, and Traya in the Sith Raid will remain unchanged, but Droideka will no longer be dealing with incredibly high damage in this circumstance. So they're essentially fixing the calculation that was going on, and I think everyone understood that that was unintended. It was not the intended way that Droideka was going to work. So that's essentially what we're looking at. And yeah, I mean, what did you guys think?
I just didn't. I didn't care.
I understand. It's so funny. You know, to me, it makes me shake my head, right? And again, we're getting a bunch of characters, which means there's a bunch of interactions. We have an incredibly complicated raid. In my opinion, they need to do more testing. We now have 173 characters or something, right? Last time I checked. So, the thing is, you're going to be able to find teams that do something strange, or you're going to be able to find stuff that works. Here's another thing too is Phase 3 has a topple. You are going to find a way around Phase 3, probably first in the Sith Raid. We've already seen it from the day it came out. The Sith bug, the this bug, the that bug, the Night Sister bug, the Droideka bug.
Hey, Grande, can you move your mic a little closer?
At some point, it's not a bug, right? At some point, it's not a bug. It's
not a tumor.
And so if it's not a bug at some point, it's just part of the fact that Phase 3 is going to be easier for us to finish. Period. I don't know what else to say, right?
Yeah, I mean, the characters get so. I mean, it's like the other. It's like Heroic Rancor. It got to the point where it was like, yeah, we were one-shotting it. Same thing with Heroic AT. The characters will reach a level where it's like it surpasses the raid. So
maybe this is bad, but these things don't bother me as much. I don't know if it's because I'm being desensitized to the fact that every time like a new character is coming, it seems like there's some bug that breaks, right? But with everything that they've communicated with Territory Wars and Grand Arena, and basically saying that they're testing all these new concepts on us, I feel like they have basically said, you guys are beta testing these changes in characters as they're coming into the game. And as long as they fix it in a reasonable amount of time, it just doesn't seem to bother me as much anymore. I don't know. What do you think, Ronnie? Because I know you were mentioning like needing more testing, and I don't disagree. But the direction the game has been going, they just seem more open about the fact that they're letting players in the large environment, because it's hard to replicate that size and volume of testing that you can get in the live environment. They're basically just saying, like, you guys can help us test this out. We'll do what we can in a smaller thing. We'll try to get the really big stuff. But every now and then we'll miss stuff, and we'll fix it once you guys find it.
I would agree with that. My one challenge is that how can you expect someone to pay a $200 or $300 premium for a character that's broke?
Good point.
That's the part that bothers me. And we've seen players get really upset about this. Wedge comes out and Wedge is broken. Geospy comes out and Geospy is broken. Sith Assassin comes out and Sith Assassin is broken. We've had some characters that were pay to play, and we could talk about it. Oh, woe is me, poor whale spent $300 on something that was broke. We can talk about that, but I'm going to tell you, whales that spend $300 on a character are what fund the game.
There's an expectation as a customer that if you buy something, you get what you pay for. And I'm not saying every character needs to be perfect, right? I'm just saying I would like to either not see. I would like to not see a massively broken character that's way OP in an area and you have to nerf it, and I would not like to see a character that's massively non-functional and we have to fix it, and by the time we get around to fixing it, it goes free to play. And to me, the best way to fix that is to do more alpha testing, more beta testing, and have it with real players. I get it. You're going to have leaks. You're going to have problems when you do that. Because let me tell you, as long as me and Ranger know a secret, it means someone's going to leak, right? I mean, you have these problems where if two people know something, someone else is going to slip up and something's going to happen. Don't you please look at me like that.
But you know what I'm saying, right? If two people know something,
well, it ain't gonna be me, Grande, you bastard! I'm
telling you, Grande's the best. That's right. I'm a leaking.
Well,
I still maintain my top secret clearance, and I ain't giving it up for you or nobody, Grande.
But you see what I'm saying, though, right? Alpha testers. Let's say there's 20 alpha testers. Let's say there's 200. They're probably employees. They probably work for the company. There's probably not enough of them that are super engaged. That beta testing needs to be, let's have the excitement, and then let's say, hey, look, by the way, everybody, we're having 1,000-person open beta. First come, first serve. Come break Droideka. Come break B1 before we stick it in game. Okay. And then we have 20 people in there telling you everything's wrong. They're like, sweet, let's fix it all before there's a problem. And then we fix it, and then in game, people are like, this character's awesome. I'm going to shell out $300, and I know it's going to work great.
There's one issue, though, with what you're saying, and I agree with your idea. Here's the one issue. They have been really close to the vest about any character release. And typically their character release announcements have come about like 2 weeks or something before the actual release, right? That doesn't provide a lot of time to do a lot of testing. You can, but I mean, people have their own schedules and stuff. They're not going to be dedicated to just doing testing. And so what I think they need to do is do a little bit more testing, but make an announcement that this character is coming soon. We've seen the soon TM. At this point, this is kind of ingrained in
Well, I mean, it's our trademark.
Right? Yeah. And so you can say that a character is coming soon, and now you don't have to worry about a leak that the character is coming, right? I think part of it is that you need to find a way to take the edge off of the fact that you're keeping these characters so close to the vest. And I know there's other implications with that because there's EA aspect, but there's also Disney and Lucas, and they can easily change the release cadence and they can introduce another character. And I'm sure this is all part of the thinking with regards to what the release process is, that sometimes they do have to pivot and release a different character. We've had this discussion about Grievous, right? Like we all thought for whatever reason Grievous was going to come in November. It seemed to fit with all the Clone Wars stuff going on, and now it's showing up in February, which is typically Sith month. Still very unclear why it's going in this direction, but that's the way it's gone. And so unless they set up a system where it's kind of like alpha testing, announce to the players that the character is coming, then you can actually do the testing, so you don't have to worry about the spillage of the fact that a character is coming is being part of it, and then you actually do the release. It's going to be hard for them, I think it's going to be hard for them to ever overcome that. We don't want anyone leaking information that this character is coming, right? Similar to like that Darth Revan post that was spreading around. I mean, it turns out most of that is probably true now. Darth Revan is the only thing in that one leaked post that hasn't come out. But how do you stop that, right? You have to get in front of it. That's pretty much the only way. And if you're going to enlarge your beta test, you have to explain what people are beta testing ahead of time. Like, especially if it's a large open beta, like the 1,000-person they did, which I thought was a great idea, and I hope they bring that back. But they have to get in front of these leaks a little bit better. So that would be my only concern with what you're saying, Grande. They have to change the way that they handle the releases, and that means they have to release information first and then do beta testing.
So again, they should be releasing information before they do beta testing, because then we don't end up with any leaks, right?
Yeah.
If you know, I mean, look, if I tell you, I take 3 bathroom breaks a day, and then when we meet, I go to the bathroom all the time, it's not a surprise.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But
I
if
know,
I don't,
Gandhi, you go to the bathroom quite a lot. I mean,
I'm just
3. If you say 3 and you're going 6, I may get surprised.
right. But at least I have this thing with bathroom breaks,
Yes.
right?
I mean, it's not
At least
healthy.
So the challenge here is about cart before the horse, and making sure. I mean, look, you could say, hey, look, we have this new exciting stuff. By the way, we want you all to get in on it. We want you to all be there for whenever we do the beta test. Help us make sure the character's right. We want you guys to be so excited about this new character that people who normally would not spend money will be, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this character and this comp, man, you really, it's so amazeballs, like cool, like wow, like totally freaked me out. I said, for sure. Like, seriously.
Gandhi, your voice sucks. Work on it. You're so stupid.
But, I mean, that would still give the excitement, right? It would give everybody another time to play with the character if they want to. It would be more inclusive of the community. And then if we have issues where if something was broken, we could say, hey, look, we can't throw this all on the dev group. Not only was it the dev group, but we also had 1,000 of you guys in here helping us fix everything. Mm-hmm. So now it's like, hey, if you think something's broke, you need to be jumping in line to be part of the beta group.
Just the same way they blamed that community territory war on us.
That's right.
Look, but at least now it's not voting, right? At least now it's actually us. I mean, I want their product to sell amazing, but if it's broke, how does it sell well?
Yeah.
I mean, look, not only did they raise the price of the pack, but it's broken.
All right, let's move on. Loki's in chat saying he's bored and.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, we're boring you, Loki.
No, it's because McVenom isn't talking. McVenom, what do you think? He wants to hear you.
Yeah,
talk.
just talk, McVenom.
I don't care about Droideka.
Okay, there we go. Let's move on to the next thing for Loki.
I think there's a team. though. I think there's a team, though.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the next subject before Loki passes out from boredom. God forbid we can.
Thank goodness.
Look, yes, this is a training ball. This is a training softball for people in chat that wonder. It's a training ball. I don't know why. It's baseball time and I'm getting excited.
All right. Next post is angry, incoherent rant from a well. This is from Reddit.
So I'll simplify this because we'll go into what the main reason we're showing this is. So this was a post from a whale that was upset with the way CG has been handling things. In particular, the expectations set by General Grievous and what actually ended up happening. And so there was a question, and Carrie went and actually addressed this post. And we'll kind of go through some of her responses here. McVenom, have you found her responses? I don't know if you want to start reading it. There's one about like
you do it
or something. Okay.
Yeah.
So the first post by Carrie, because she has a lot of posts, but there's a few of them that stand out a little bit more. So this was the main post. I think we talked about it a little bit on Jedi Academy. But to her, to the response to this is, it has been very interesting for me to try and figure out how to respond to all of this, as I have not had success in the past clarifying our particular position. And normally I try to avoid making things worse. But Arnold has been dragged into the middle of this situation, and it's not his fault. So the issue stems from us wanting to give exclusive content to Game Changers, but then the fact that they need to process and give their independent perspectives on it and call us out for it, usually to my chagrin. When they are the sole source of information, this can put them in an awkward position. Either they relate our intentions as we said them and sound like shills, or they put their own perspective on it and then it's not reflective of our intentions. We also can't come out and comment on the videos because it is nigh impossible for us to differentiate when we are giving feedback on what we think is not actually true, or what we just don't like, or we just don't like what they have to say. I think to fix this moving forward, one of the things we're probably going to do is release a series of tips, info bullets, etc. at the same time as Game Changer videos, sort of as another point of reference to pair with your watching them. This, by the way, also addresses a long-held concern on Reddit when exclusive information is only revealed via video and someone needs a TLDR. So that's too long, didn't read. The bullets won't replace the video, as people will still watch them for the color and commentary that they currently enjoy. However, it will allow us to really clarify what is our intention, what is commentary, what is speculation, while preserving the Game Changer ability to say what they don't like about the content. Independently of that, we'll continue in this case to address some of the common questions that we will see from all of the players, not just from videos, as we did yesterday over the official forums. And finally, I do want to clarify our intent in this situation. General Grievous and the full droid lineup are not intended to unilaterally destroy Revan 100% of the time, and at all levels of difficulty and modding. Savvy players and time will figure out in which they're extremely powerful, but with Grand Arena, we are hoping to have a couple of dominant squads. And not always whiplash that the next thing will always destroy it. This is something I feel quite strongly about, as a huge number of Revans got acquired in this second release, and to immediately hard counter that with a character that can be acquired with significantly less preparation seemed like a knee-jerk move. It is also not our intention that Revan will be the unflinching meta as long as Traya was. She was significantly harder to acquire. We will continue to find ways to communicate our intention more clearly in advance of future upcoming releases. So this was the first post that she made.
Yeah, we're not going to read through all of them.
Yeah, we're not going to read all of them. There's like a couple more, but I mean, this was kind of the first one, right? And that was the point that I was trying to make earlier with what she said. She said, savvy players and time will figure out ways in which they're extremely powerful, right? And people had already made tons of videos modding with health and showing that the damage and everything wasn't there. So that statement in particular rubbed people a little bit wrong. But that was the only thing in there that I really thought was wrong. I mean, did you guys hear anything else? Otherwise,
No, it's pretty distinct.
Out of the ordinary there, right?
No.
Pretty
standard. It was pretty transparent.
So, I mean, that's Carrie trying to explain what is going on with the Grievous and kind of the difference between what the Game Changers do and what actually happens. Now, there is also the next post where somebody commented, but overall, this was more underwhelming than expected promised, especially given the hype and expectation. So there's a bit of accountability for that. Are they way better than they were? Yes, absolutely. Are they as good as they were hyped to be? Not really. And to that, Carrie responded, I totally agree with this, including the accountability. But the problem is I don't see how to fix it. We teased his rework was coming in the road ahead and posted the kit reveal. Developers then talked about some of his functionality with both Galactic War Report and in this last week's interview with Arnold. I can't come out and argue with videos made saying things about our game, good or bad. It's incredibly petty, and I would guess it would be understood that it's not our perspective, but maybe I'm underestimating how much people assume the Game Changers are in our pockets. They're not. They're really, really not. So I'm not sure how to fix this other than the list of tips, suggestions I mentioned in my first post. Any other suggestions will be welcome. And I mean, I think that goes back to what we were saying initially.
Yeah. I
think they just need to start posting their mods. I mean, showing these battles in an isolated vacuum doesn't tell us much, right? We don't know how many attempts it took for you to beat the Revan team with that Grievous team. Mm-hmm. We have no idea what the mods are on the Revan team. We have no idea what the mods are on the Grievous team. What is it that allowed you to beat it? Like, that's what we're after. We're not asking you to do the analysis, but what we need is the data, right? We need to be you. I'm going to use the phrase. You got to be our data keepers if we're making videos for it.
Oh, my word has come back to be used in a proper sentence.
So we just need the data available to the game changers, and the game changers are smart people. I mean, they can go through it and do their analysis and make their videos. But without that data available to it, it's always going to seem misleading. We don't need to see the stats on the mods. We just need to see the stats on the player, right? And see what is this character at and what are their stats and how it relates to the damage. And I mean, that's what we really need to see. And this was the same suggestion we made to Game Changer videos like a few months ago, and Game Changers have been putting that out there when they're making their videos and showing content and testing. It's like, awesome. They're showing us all of this. But if you're giving the Game Changers their like footage that they have to make videos on, we have to just see the data. Let us figure out, as you said, we're savvy players. Let us figure out, based on the stats, is this something that works well? Some of the things we won't be able to test. We may not be able to see whether it's 3-star or 4-star and how they work at 3-star and 4-star, right? If you're giving us 7-star. But as long as we can see how it works at the top, we'll spend the time and waste our precious personal time speculating on how this thing can work at 3-star, 4-star, come up with theory-crafted teams. I mean, we can do all of that. But we just need to know what it is. Like, what are the stats? Let us figure it out from there.
Just let Loki do it, and we'll be fine.
Then the last part of this is some of the suggestions that somebody posted was, first, without being specific or giving away things, if there are future releases or developments which will make this Grievous team more useful or relevant, tell us that. It would make us feel a lot better. You can be general and not give specific things away. To which Carrie responded, I would be very cautious to respond to that because sometimes our intention does not align with expectations. So I'm afraid I can't budge here. Which makes sense, right? They don't want to tell us how to use characters. They want us to figure that out on our own. So that makes sense. The next one, are tweaks really off the table?
Now, wait a minute, Finn. I didn't know we were going through every damn one of these.
No, there's only two more.
Only two more? It's most...
I told you this was a long post when we were...
But I thought we were just going to... You son of a...
There's actually more posts by Carrie. This was
I
was
don't...
going to do. So the other one was, are tweaks really off the table? Probably all pitchforks get put away. If there's a couple of tweaks in B1's kit, you can link to other Reddit threads, but I think you guys read them all. To which he responds, no, they're never off the table. This is a live game. We are constantly making changes. But I also want to see what people do with additional information we've been providing about health mods, and we will, of course, continue to monitor. So now that they provided the health mod information, right, let's see how players analyze it, is what she's saying. So that's the information we kind of needed. We need a little bit more, but that gets us kind of on the right step here. And then the last one, before we move on, is you might offer to people the opportunity to refund their Zeta investments. I know you guys hate doing that, but it would diffuse a lot of the situation here. To which she said, I will absolutely consider this. We don't have hard and fast rules for Zeta refunds quite yet, and it's always extra complicated when a character has been owned and used for several years. It may not matter, though, so I'll just need to think on this, right? So the Zeta refund as a result of this is something she's considering. I'm still not expecting it, but it was good that she's at least saying she's considering. That's the main thing I wanted to read, Ranger, why I was trying to get to this post too, and leading up to it. So they're basically going over the fact that she's doing what she can, right? There's a system
it's damage control, and
she's out here because it's damage control.
Yeah.
She effectively had the number one subscribed YouTuber say the team was garbage, right? Yeah. There's a reason why she's out here and not Crumb, right? It's
Crumb.
Well, Crumb isn't on Reddit. To be fair, Crumb really is.
He is. He is on Reddit,
but not as much as Carrie. Actually, Carrie's on Reddit quite a bit. Crumb is there, but I think Carrie has made more posts on Reddit than Crumb.
She's speaking to a different audience on Reddit.
Yes,
than they are on the forums, right?
Yes, for sure.
It's the wild, wild west on Reddit. But
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, I mean, she's making this post because she realizes that they're in damage control mode.
Mhm.
The character came out broke. Not one character came out broke, but you effectively could say 2 brand new characters came out potentially broken. The Zetas came out broken on two reworked characters. So you have characters that people are not super excited about because the synergy is broken. I mean, you could go look at the EA help site their own QA/QC site, and it shows Grievous not working here, L337 not working here, Droideka not working here, B1 not working here, not working as the kit is described. I mean, that's a problem. You reworked a faction, and you have multiple spots. I mean, somebody needs an after action review. Don't write a kit that doesn't work. 1 or 2 mistakes, okay, but multiple ones. Come on, man.
Would you say it's a plethora of mistakes, Grande?
As G-Jack Canna said, dumpster fire every 3 to 5 months.
It makes it interesting.
That's exactly what
it gives us something to talk about.
So months, there's like some kind of storm of error happening that is just annoying and frustrating for.
And if you actually think of this in like a vacuum, right? I don't think the bugs on the droids would have caused this kind of uproar. But it really was that they were trying to play into the hype of Grievous, right? It was the whole like Arnold thing that sparked a lot of this. Like I don't think, how many times have we now seen like a Zeta being bugged or a character being bugged upon release? At some point, that's not the big deal. Like this is all because there was a lot of hype around Grievous, and largely because that's the character Arnold wanted, and they told him like he was getting the first release and that kind of stuff, and this kind of started all the little back drama and all of that kind of stuff, right? But that's essentially what fueled a lot of this particular controversy, not to mention the fact that they provided footage of Grievous beating Revan, because everybody's looking for how it deals with Revan. Like that's the biggest thing. And so I think that was the one of the things they have to look at.
All right.
Right here it says roast taco. That's what made me stop spending money for Crystal. One of your biggest whales, one of your diehard fans of the game, and that's what you do to them.
That's a big statement from Rose Taco.
Thank you.
All right, I think we've covered this enough. Let us get to our last topic of today, which is schedule update 2/27/2019.
Yep. And the March event calendar.
I'll read this one since Miss McVennon's playing Anthem and Finn has been reading. So. Hi.
And I had to leave like 3 times because apparently our microwave just broke.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
That's equivalent to the washer breaking. Well, not quite as bad as the washer breaking.
Not quite as bad.
Now you'll actually have to cook your food like they do normally.
Normally I cook it. It's just
maybe Grande can read. We haven't had Grande read yet.
Oh, what a wonderful suggestion, Grande!
Oh, what a wonderful story. Grande is gonna read. All right, what are we doing now? Which one are we doing?
Now
the last one, number 15 on the agenda.
Well, let me announce them. And now a misreading by Grande Papi Patrón.
All right, guys. Schedule update for 2/27/2019 and March event calendar. Hi, Holotable Heroes. Here's the scheduled update to prepare for March. Sith Marauder is the login character.
Okay.
Territory War bonuses. I guess this is for like the one coming up like tomorrow or whatever, right?
Yeah, I think this is the 20. Yeah.
So we've got the Army of the Galactic Republic.
The troopers get their same buff.
The troopers get the buff, and now we have a new one for
Ooh.
Geonosians. Now this could be cool. Industry of War. Okay, so I'm liking this troopers versus Geos thing.
Yes.
Already, I'm kind of liking this. At the start of each battle, Geonosians gain 35% max health and 70% max protection. Oh, geez. Sunfac is going to be on fire. Okay.
For each Geonosian ally. It's not just that.
For each Geonosian ally.
For each Geonosian ally.
Holy Craig, you're gonna need Nihilus just to kill Sunfac. This is OP. I love my Sunfac, by the way. So I'm gonna be pretty cool with this. When a Geonosian ally uses ability, they gain foresight. You're never gonna kill this. When are you ever gonna kill Sunfac? Holy crap. Okay, that's not all, folks. Then we've got heavy artillery. Call heavy artillery to destroy target enemy and another random ally, which can't be evaded. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I'm thinking. So this is like an annihilate.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But not just one, but two characters.
But two, so which can't be evaded. To destroy target enemy. Destroy. I mean, destroy means like they're not up anymore. Okay. When a Geonosian ally uses an ability, they reduce this ability's cooldown by 1. This cooldown cannot be reduced in any other way, okay? And it is shared across the Geonosian allies. It starts on a cooldown of 3. So let's see. So whenever a Geonosian soldier, so Sunfac goes, Geonosian soldier goes, Geospy goes, Poggle calls this ability. Geonosian soldier goes, Sunfac goes, Geospy goes.
I don't think you need Poggle.
Well, it speeds them up and crap.
I have a G12 Poggle.
No. Okay, so if you're looking at a potential team, right? Because I think we're seeing this as an offense team. Can we start there?
No, I am not seeing this as an
You're
offense
seeing it
team.
as a defense team?
Oh, abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, God. That much health and protection? Oh.
300 and 300. So think about it. There's Geonosian soldier, Geonosian spy, Geonosian, and then Sunfac, and then Poggle. That's
right.
4. Can you imagine Sunfac with that much health?
280% protection and 140% more health.
Yeah, and effectively what happens is every 4th turn, there's 4 of them, right? So every 4th turn they kill 2 people. So in the opening barrage, they kill 2 people. You get to go with your 3 dudes. Okay, great. You go. Now it's their turn. By the time we roll around to Poggle again, he kills another 2. Then you're going with your last mofo, and they get to go 4 times. And guess what Poggle does when it's his turn? Boom shakalaka. I mean, that's a defensive team if I've ever seen one.
So what I'm thinking about actually is for offense-wise, you don't put Poggle, and it's just Geospy, Geosoldier, Sunfac, but you have Phasma, and you have Thrawn. And Thrawn will turn meter swap with Phasma. Phasma does Victory March. All of the Geos get full turn meter. If Geo Soldier gets the assist, he now uses a special and a basic from somebody else. Then one of the other Geos goes, and now in the first turn, heavy artillery is up, and you insta-kill somebody and an enemy.
Dude, you could split them up. If you've got G12 Geos, you could put 2 Geos. Think about this. You could put 2 Geos with Revan, and you could put 2 Geos with Triumvirate.
I mean, you could. I was just thinking, like, it's only a 3-turn. It's a 3-turn cooldown. You have 4 Geos, right? And you have one of them that calls to assist.
Just put 2 Geos with Revan and 2 Geos with Triumvirate. You're done.
I mean, you can. There's some insanity with this.
Developer insight. Being an industrious race, the Geonosians are constantly constructing weapons of war. With the industry of war, Geonosian warriors can call on their worker drones to build these machines, the cooldown reduction mechanic, and use them to rain destructive fire on their enemies. No, dude, you basically can set 2 walls. We're gonna set a Revan wall with Poggle and Geonosian soldier, and then we're gonna set a Traya wall with Sunfac and Geospy. And basically we're like, good luck getting through T1B1. GG, we'll see you on the next one, guys.
I mean, I see a lot of potential with these Geos. I think this is going to be kind of a fun one. And what's really nice, we've said this a lot, right? The Geo ships are really good, but the characters haven't been all that great. Sunfac has been good. Geo Soldier is like an old school character when he was really good. Geospy never really had a place. Poggle was very short-lived with the droids. but he doesn't have a ship. But a lot of people have invested in their Geonosians, in their ships, and not really found a place for them in characters. And so this allows people to use a set of characters that a lot of people have worked on without any kind of purpose. And so it's really nice. Oh God, it's a cat.
All right, let's get to the actual events for March.
Hi, cat.
Her name is Suki. Like all Suki now.
All right,
I thought you were gonna name her Lampshadia.
Nope, that's not it. It's a new animal in the Patron family, and she loves the office.
Okay.
All right. Next thing we've got is the March.
Before we start, I'm gonna have to jump off. My new job starts tomorrow.
Okay.
And I have to be there pretty early at 7 in the morning, and I want to be pretty refreshed. So
What?
Yeah.
Oh.
There goes
That's
Loki.
Loki. There's Loki.
What?
You're not allowed to leave until Loki says.
Loki has said like 10 words the whole night.
I know.
I don't want to talk about dev issues, man. It's like
I know. I'm bored out of my mind.
talking about blue sky. You know?
These guys can talk about dev issues that we've been talking about for 3 years all night long.
We stopped talking about them.
We're on the
I know,
calendar.
but I do. My bedtime tonight is 10, and I have to.
On to something else now.
Yeah, we're rolling through this. We're almost done now. We have the
Yeah, but then we got questions, and so.
Yeah, we have
I
questions. We'll
need
stop
to
at
get
10.
ready for bed, lay my clothes.
We will stop
on.
at 10. We will stop at 10 for McVeigh. So we will get to as many questions as we can. We will stop at 10.
All right.
McVoltron,
Like the way
Sounds
you
good.
made that a big
McVoltron,
deal.
you do what you
Right
want
now.
to do, McVoltron. Don't let the peer pressure get to you.
I'm really upset with him. He already did it earlier. He made me
Did he?
mad earlier.
All right. Are
What
we
did
ready
he
to
do?
go?
Wait, what did he do?
I know what I did.
What did you do, Finn?
I know what I did.
That's not what I asked you. I said, what the hell did you do?
We'll make an announcement later.
No, I don't hear that stupid announcement. I want to know what the hell you did to McVoltron.
All right. The Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes March calendar.
That's not the god freaking stupid question
All
I
right,
asked.
you can go look at the calendar yourself. It's well, I mean, it's,
Not helpful at all. Okay, so the Sith Droid event is starting on the 5th. We have the Executrix coming back on March 5th. First Order and Scoundrels Omega event on the 7th. Those are the events coming up in the next week. Territory Battle starting on March 4th. It's going to be a Rebel Assault. We have a Territory War that's currently going on. That's going to be starting.
what the people really want to know is, are there any gaps in the calendar?
That's what I'm looking for right now is the
exactly.
gaps.
I
Yeah.
mean, we can read this. People can.
Well,
go
we
read
also
this.
want to warn people of stuff coming up this week.
Yeah,
Right?
this week only.
Warn them of TBs and TWs, man.
Yeah, so TB on the 4th of March.
Yeah.
And TW, there's one starting tomorrow.
Grand
You guys can
Arena,
get
Grand Arena on the 2nd of March.
All right. Has anybody stuck this in a calendar and seen a week-long gap where we don't have crap going on?
It's got crap.
There's no week long of like nothing going on, but we do have a gap in the legendaries after the 20th.
Okay.
So after the 20th, there isn't. We have the legendary of Thrawn from the 14th to the 20th. We have the legendary of Contact Protocol. That's C-3PO, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
March 7th to the 13th. So
I wonder which
we
coming.
do have a gap before the 7th, and we have after the 20th. So those will be what we want to keep an eye out.
Yeah. Let's see
Okay.
what happens. All right. And you know the other thing we forgot, Finn? We have Twitter responses. Yeah.
Yep. I have the Twitter responses up right now.
Oh, no, I'll stay for those.
Okay, so let's do questions first.
Really?
And then we'll do Twitter.
No, Twitter responses, really. Come on. Yes.
Okay.
New job tomorrow. I have to be there early. Come on.
Okay. So the Twitter question: how many Mark III Carbantis do you think the inevitable Darth Revan will need? Best answers are being read now. So the first one, 100 more than I currently have. In reality, probably 500 more.
Very nice.
Next one, none. The release of something this OP will only require thousands of currently unreleased pieces of gear.
Oh!
Huge quantities of all stats.
Ah!
Gear can only be acquired by the new raid, which will make heroic Sith feel like the pit.
Very cute.
Ew.
Next one, all of them. All of them. That's all it says.
All the things.
That's science.
Next one, so many that it will make you sell your baby to a scrap trader played by Simon Pegg on a desert planet in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
Next one, 1,250. If you're gonna whale, may as well whale for realsies.
I mean,
Next one. As many as you have saved, then farm more for the next 30 days every day. At that point, you will still be short and still need to farm more.
right, okay.
Next one. Take this with a grin of salt, over 100 Grande Carbantes.
Boom! Somebody used my grin of salt. I love it, baby. I love it. I'm telling you. We are changing the English lexicon right here, right now. You heard it here, folks.
Grande, do you know what lexicon means?
I thought that was related to Voltron. Voltron and lexicon were related, right?
No, it's a comic convention for Lexus owners.
Oh, that's LexisCon. That's right. We are changing the LexisCon. That's
there you
right.
Go. All right, next one is none. His gear will begin with 12 plus that has to be bought with crystals.
I can't get past what was previously said. You guys are both mentally damaged individuals that should be ashamed of yourself.
Next one, as many as it takes to make a first quarter profit for CG.
I mean...
Next one, 9,002.
9,002.
Followed by the next one, over 9,000.
Over 9,000, yeah.
9,000, baby.
Both are excellent answers.
Next one, to paraphrase Albert Einstein, two things are infinite, the universe and how many Mark III Carbantes a SWGOH Darth Revan would need. And I'm not entirely certain about the universe.
That's science, yeah.
That one's cute. I like that one.
E equals MC squared is E equals Mark III Carbantes. Squared.
Next one, 3,350.
Interesting number.
Then the next one, probably like 400, but the real villain, Darth Gamorrean Guard, will need thousands. Anything that squeals that must be a Carbonte.
Well, you need to plump them up for the Rancor, yeah.
All right, which ones were your favorite, McVenom?
I like the 100 more than I currently have.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever it'll take to get them to their first quarter. What was it?
As many as it takes to make a first quarter profit for CG.
There you go. And then the last one that you read, what was it? The one before
last
that.
one, I just lost it. The last one was probably like 400, but the real villain, Darth Gamorrean Guard, will need thousands. Anything that squeals that must be a Carbonte pig.
I like that one, but the one before that one too.
The Albert Einstein one. To paraphrase Albert Einstein,
yes,
two things are infinite: the universe and how many Mark III Carbantes a SWGOH Darth Revan would need. And I'm not entirely sure about the universe.
Yes, that one.
Okay, so your winners are you have a tendency to pick the same ones. So you got Bimasu. He was the one that 100 more than I currently have.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Constantino said as many as it takes to make a first quarter profit for CG.
Perfect.
And then Hellenix is the Albert Einstein paraphrase. And then Revenator is probably like 400, but Darth Gamorrean Guard.
You pick the same ones. What is up with that?
They know how to get to the
They're just pegging.
They know how to they know how to tap that McVoltron brain matter.
I need to switch it up.
Yeah.
Tap
Don't go with what you know. Go with what you don't want to know.
Got it.
All right, so let me start bringing up the questions. We have some time here before McVoltron has to go.
Rapid fire.
All right, let's start.
E equals Mark Carbonte to the third power.
We're gonna stick with as many serious questions as we can because we're running low on time. So, Most Def Isley question: do you think it'll be worth gearing up Poggle for Territory Wars? He's the only Geo with a leader ability. My other Geos are gear 12, but Poggle is a lowly gear 8.
No, not for one-time event.
No. One-time event. Put again, right? You only do it if you've already done it. You know, otherwise, just leave it alone.
Just like clones, if they're gear 9, gear 10, they're still, when they get buffed like that, they're pretty ridiculous. So, I mean, no.
I'm not sure if we missed this, but I'm just going to re-mention this. Character of the month for March is Sith Marauder. So
yeah, because Darth Revan's coming. I mean, Sith.
Yeah, I know.
Thing.
Just mentioning it in case I don't remember if we mentioned it or not. But Sith
or Malik, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just wanted to make sure we mentioned it because I just couldn't remember if we did or didn't.
I don't remember.
So character of the month is Sith Marauder. Okay, going back to the questions. Let's see. Next one. Joao Cavalcanti question: do you think the Separatist droid have any viability in raids?
No.
without being broken?
Nope.
No. There's
The-
some mechanics that I think can
No.
lead to you getting some
Their
decent
offensive
damage.
output is garbage. No.
I still think Droideka is going to hit pretty hard when a boss is toppled. Their speed isn't gone, right? But their speed is considerably slower when they are.
Maybe, but no.
So I think there is some possibility with that one. But that's I think Droideka is maybe the only one, unless you can like force an attack on B1 or something like that. But yeah, I think it's a Droideka thing only. I don't see much for Grievous. I mean, I'm sure somebody will find a video and put him in there, but I think Droideka might find a place. Let's see. Next one is McFly009. Can you please go over the L3 unique for droids? Sure. So L3 is unique. I'm assuming you're talking about the Zeta for L3, where when a droid drops to 1% or below 1%, which is basically the reason they word it that way is so it's not considered a death, because there are some death-based abilities that happen. So when a droid drops below 1%, instead of going below 1%, they get full recovery, and then L3 will equalize their health instead. So that's not full, but when they go instead, L3 equalizes her health with that droid. And so essentially what that means, let's say L3 is at 100%, and one of the droids gets to 1%. Well, they drop to below 1%. They will no longer drop below 1%, and L3 will instantly share her health with that droid. So it's almost as if she'll go down to 50%, and the other droid will be back at 50%. The values will vary based on what their health pool is, but that's kind of just the rough estimate about it. And each droid will get this ability once. And so essentially you have to kill each droid except for L3 almost twice, but they're not coming back with like full health or full protection. They're going to be probably about half or so, but that's how it works.
All right, next question.
Next one is, let me get back to that. So we did that one. That's one fun question here for Harry Carey from What Else 73. Question: where can we buy RSG dirt compresses?
Hi, at your local mini mart stores that are out in the middle of nowhere. Look for the Harry Carey seal of approval and the RSG logo. Then you know it's quality dirt compress.
All right, next question from Apropos Wooin. Question: what's some good Revan killing teams for Territory Wars in Grand Arena not using Traya or Revan?
CLS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Flat out.
JTR and then
can do it.
the Finn
Yes.
C-3PO team.
You can do with that.
I agree.
I mean, those are the main ones right now.
Yeah. not
Unless
much
you're
else.
outspeeding them. Then you can put Thrawn on there and then kill them pretty easy if you can fracture Revan first. So, again, look at their speeds and everything before you're going in. Contingent 33 question: is the reason that Bastila is not in the top 2 teams because Grandmaster Yoda can steal the other team's buffs from Bastila to spread?
Huh?
He's talking about in the report.
Yeah.
In the meta report.
I don't know why you would not have Bastila in there.
The reason, well, it's a lot of the people that are struggling against Revan are struggling because of survival. And so what they've noticed is that Bastila is not as needed as the other ones, right? Because Revan and Grandmaster Yoda are keys, right? Then you have Jolie who causes the res. He becomes a key. And you have Kenobi who does the taunt. Like, those are like your 4 keys. Bastila then becomes considered expendable because she does not have an ability that's necessary for the team to win. Her kit is great for it. That's why it's the highest one. But the fact that if you're looking for something for more survival and you're trying to put in Hermit Yoda, which is why Hermit Yoda is in that second team, is because you can get the assist calling with Master's Training, right? So it kind of mimics what you're using with Bastila, but you also get the healing, which you don't get. And so that healing is really why people do it. The all-out assault with Master's Training that you can get multiple characters to attack once you're beyond the first few times that you use it, which happens often with Revan teams because Revan teams kind of go for the end, but then you get the healing. So that's the main reason why Bastille is getting replaced. Grim question: does CG offer to pay for a haircut if you gave them some good press tonight?
Yeah, CG Finn.
What do you think, McVenom? Should I get a haircut?
I think if you're gonna let it grow out, no. I mean, like, do you want it long?
I was gonna see if I can grow it long up until the run and then like cut it short then.
I'll do whatever you like.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to see it kind of long, like a little bit past your ears.
It used to go down to here when I was in high school, like down to my neck.
So twice I've cut my hair for charity. I mean, I've had long hair.
Yeah, I haven't had it go past like down my right to like my shoulder next. That's as long as it's gone.
Okay.
I may do it again.
Next question.
Do it.
I'll look funky if I end up in North Carolina. Next question from McTweet: when is the Zeta Finn nerf coming?
We don't know yet.
Soon.
We don't know.
That's
We've
all
been
we
told
know.
what, a couple weeks. Which,
Yeah.
Who knows, man.
They're still trying to figure out. They're checking to make sure that it works. Let's put it that way, right? So.
Hey, look, you're gonna nerf something. Make sure it's right. I have no complaints. Do as much testing as you need.
Yeah, I mean, I had reservations about the Acolyte zombie thing, but their rework worked out really well, so I was happy about that. So I'm hoping they do something similar here. What else? 73 question: new videos from Arnold and Mobile Gamer have come out showing that Grievous team can actually beat Revan team. So does that mean that it's good, or did CG did some secret buffing?
It's still broke. It's just, again, right? I mean, I love Mobile Gamer and I love Arnold. It's just we needed time to theory craft with it a little bit too.
And we still need to check the consistency, right?
Again, consistency matters. Some more theory crafting matters, and fixing the freaking bugs matter.
Yeah. Waffle Dolphin question: what is the best way to mod FNBS?
Speed and potency.
Yeah. And again, it depends on what you're using her on. That modding is really for the Traya one, right? And I think it's kind of consistent for her. But to be honest, I haven't seen what best suits her under the Karth team. I haven't looked at the Karth team very much because I'm not investing in them yet. I have other teams that I'm working on first. So I don't know if have you guys played around with Karth? I imagine the only one maybe Grande.
Yeah,
I've played around with Karths. I've also seen some really great Karths.
What would you is FNBS modded the same way under that team, or do you change it?
It's modded the exact same way.
Okay. Let's see. See if we have any other questions. We might have gone through them. Let's see. Fat Tony 99 question: with C3PO coming around again, is it worth me to blow gear on my Ewoks to try and get the 7-star, or keep saving like I've been? I don't really have a place to use 7-star 3PO. I have him 5-star.
Wait and see. Let's see what the character is. If you can get this new character, get him. If you can't, then you can just get your Ewoks up and rock and roll and get your 3PO done. And he is a very key character.
And Ewoks are a solid squad too.
Yeah, let's not discount the Ewoks, but yeah, just kind of wait and see what happens. Yeah.
Okay, and then last question from Cameron Estes: what is the exact reason for the Droideka being nerfed?
One-shotting Traya, no big.
Yeah, so it's being nerfed in kind of a weird way. Droideka's basic does damage based on the difference in speeds. And the way that they have it set up is when you do the standalone, one of the speeds is listed at -9.
We had a similar issue with Night Sisters in P1. Remember that?
Yeah.
Night Sisters in P1, when they fixed Zombie, Nihilus would copy Zombie's no speed for some strange reason.
Yeah, after the initial release. Yep.
After the initial rework. Again, they've got some funky mechanics in the HSR, And when they make characters that work off of speed of other characters and they don't forget to say doesn't work against raid bosses or something, like it really screws things up.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the reason they're doing it, is because the calculation when the standalone was happening was listing one of the speeds as negative 900,000. And the calculation for Droideka is based on the speed difference. And so Droideka was able to one-shot Traya because there was this huge calculation that was going on. And so that's what they are fixing. It's not really going to be a nerf outside of the raid, I don't think, because no other spot, I think, is ever doing the negative 900,000 calculation. But that's the reason for the nerf. The one-shot of Traya and the calculation aspect of it. Okay. And that's it.
Okay, let's end this bad boy. Dr. Finn, if you would be so kind to talk about the... Well, we got to shout out our Patreons.
Mm-hmm. So this is our gold patrons. So thank you very much. If you do want to support us on Patreon, the link is in the description. We have different tiers. We did one of the modding sessions. My house has been under construction, so I haven't been able to do any more modding sessions lately, but I plan on doing some more with you guys. We'll also look at some of your guys's as well. I know we're going to look at roast tacos in one of our modding sessions in one of the upcoming weeks. So you guys can be on the lookout for that. So you guys can join the patron levels where we'll do modding sessions. You can get your names on the end of the stream, and also gold patrons will get their names on pretty much everything that we produce that has names and stuff on it. So I'm working on the shirts for the run right now, and there will be a special section for our gold patrons. So be on the the eye of Ranger. Okay, so we are getting all of that together. By the way, if you guys would like your name on the shirt, this is the absolute last week. The beginning of March is when we're stopping the collection for the names and stuff, because we have to get everything designed and printed and all of that. So if you guys would like your name on the shirt, now is the time to donate to the American Cancer Society through the Tiltify. Please take a look at that. We have a new reward set at 11,000 thanks to Captain Obvious. If we can hit 11,000, we will give away a $15 either iTunes or Google Play gift card. So make sure that you're looking at that. If you go to the challenges, we still have some challenges available that you guys can donate to, including mine to wear a porg when we go to the dinner at the ACS, which is currently at 300 out of 750. So we're almost halfway there, and I will have to wear the porg. And this is
glitter and rhinestones.
Say hi to the porg. I haven't seen him today.
They can't see you, Finn, because I've got the damn Patreon thing up and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Sitting there.
Aw, I'm gonna miss the porg.
Oh no, we can't see the porg. Do the damn ending, Finn.
Okay, well, the porg is here, and I'm petting him, and so he would be what I'm wearing when I go to the American Cancer Society dinner that we're having on Friday in Planet Hollywood. So you guys can donate to that. We still have Grimm's roster roasting still available, and we have the one where we will dress up. Or not dress up, but we'll reenact movie scenes when we meet up in Orlando on the Friday before the run. So some challenges available. We still have the rewards available for the wristbands and a bunch of different things. So please check out everything on the Tiltify. Please support us any way you can. All the money's going right back into the stream from the Patreon and the YouTube subscribers. So thank you all very much for your support. And I think that covers everything.
Yeah, you just forgot about all the live streams and stuff we do.
No, you want me to do that too? Okay.
Yeah, Finn, Mr. Give Ranger a headache all night.
Okay. So Wednesday night is our Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes stream. So thank you all for watching. We also have another 2-hour question and answer stream that we do on Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. It's called SWGOH Jedi Academy, where we have a great panel of YouTubers that join us and answer questions from you guys for 2 hours. So join us for that. We also do Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes roster reviews during the weekdays from Monday through Friday, working days, during the lunch hour. We'll do one a day and try to keep the queue around 30 days or so you guys can watch that and get your roster reviewed. We go through it in detail for whatever you want. So we do that. We also have some other games that we've been starting to play. Tuesday night is our generic PC gaming night. We change the games that we're playing most of the time and just have fun playing different PC games. We also have on Thursday night is our new Tactical Monsters live stream, which we are well underway at this point. It's a really fun game. It's a different mobile game, so you guys can join us for that. Friday night is Battlefront with Ranger.
And
also
Tuesday.
Battlefront on Tuesday as well.
We're going to be playing Anakin.
Yeah, there's the new Anakin. I actually downloaded that on the PC too, so I might fart around with it at some point.
He's kind of OP, yeah.
So we have that, and then Sunday night at 5 p.m. Eastern, we do Dungeons and Dragons, which is actually getting really fun. We had a really good role-playing session last time, so you guys can go back and listen to that. If you like Rangers' voices and stuff, make sure you check out Dungeons and Dragons. If you're not familiar with it, the concept is that a dungeon master kind of runs a campaign with a bunch of different players and leads you through an adventure. Ranger, being a man of many voices, does a great job on kind of acting out characters and stuff. So it's a really fun listen if you guys haven't checked. So check those out Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern.
All right. I think that covers
And then
everything.
Saintly Red Gaming is on Mondays
That's
at 2
right.
p.m. I don't know.
We love
Saintly's
Saintly.
in the chat. You can mention if you're doing it this Monday. I know last Monday you were busy. So.
And make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe, Patreon. Okay, good. All right. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping by tonight. We'll see you tomorrow for more gaming fun. Hit that thumbs up. What are you doing? There's only 2 people watching. We only have 54 thumbs up. What are you doing? Hit that thumbs up.
Oh, yeah, that's a lot of people.
Come on now, hit that damn thumbs up. What the hell's going on over here? Hit that damn thumbs up. But yes, please check out everything. Leave comments and be safe.
Can I do a little spoiler for what McVenom was mad at me about?
Yes.
Okay, so once you guys are done, head over to Urzatron's channel. He may or may not be coming on our stream soon.
I already knew about that. Never mind. Yeah, okay. All right, so with that, I leave it to you, good gracious fans of the show. Be merry and wise, and we will see you later. Peace out.
Bye, Felicia.
What the hell was that? Bye, Felicia?
He's going to start saying it's lit fam next.
You dumbass Texican. I'm going to do something to you, man. But I'm a Texican too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Grande, we have to find the next time we're going to the LexusCon.
All right, I'm ending the stream. I can't do this. I can't deal with you
All right,
guys.
bye.
All right, everyone. I'm going to kill these guys.